LogMAR Visual Acuity Chart Explained by AZLAN ADNAN, M.A., Wednesday, 19th of November, 2025. Introduction. Most people know the Snellen chart, the familiar poster with the big letter E at the top. It has been used for eyesight testing for more than a century. There is another chart that specialists rely on today because it is more precise. It is called the LogMAR chart, which stands for Logarithm of the Minimum Angle of Resolution. History and development. The LogMAR chart was created in the early 1970s. Two vision scientists developed it at the National Vision Research Institute of Australia in Melbourne. Their names were Ian Bailey and Jan Lovie. They wanted a more accurate method because the Snellen chart had several flaws. Snellen lines do not shrink in a regular pattern. Some lines have more letters, some fewer, and some letters are harder to read than others. These irregularities make Snellen results inconsistent. You can score differently on 2 different days even if your eyesight has not changed. The Bailey-Lovie design. Bailey and Lovie solved this by designing a chart with strict structure. Each line becomes smaller by an exact mathematical step. Each line has the same number of letters. The spacing between letters and between lines also follows a uniform ratio. They published this design in 1976. It became known as the Bailey-Lovie chart. Adoption in clinical research. The LogMAR approach became internationally recognized in the early 1980s. This happened when it was adopted for the early treatment diabetic retinopathy study in the United States. That study needed extremely stable measurements. The LogMAR chart proved ideal because every line is evenly spaced in difficulty. The modern ETDRS LogMAR chart is now used in research centers, eye hospitals, and low-vision clinics. It is considered the gold standard for precise visual acuity measurement. How LogMAR compares to Snellen. A major difference between Snellen and LogMAR is how the results are expressed. Snellen uses fractions such as 6/6 or 6/12. LogMAR uses a decimal scale. Lower numbers mean better vision, and higher numbers mean worse vision. 0.0 LogMAR equals 6/6. Each line changes by 0.1 in a predictable way. 0.1 LogMAR equals 67.5. 0.3 LogMAR equals 612. 0.5 LogMAR equals 619. 1.0 LogMAR equals 660. Because the steps are regular, LogMAR can detect small changes in vision over time. This is very important when monitoring disease or treatment response. Conclusion in short, Snellen is the chart most people recognize. LogMAR is the chart specialists trust for accurate and repeatable results.
An invitation, International Day of Persons with Disabilities, Wednesday, 3rd December 2025, 1200 to 14:30 hours. Venue MAB Canteen, Malaysian Association for the Blind, MAB Complex. Address Jalan Tebing, off Jalan Tun Sambanthan, 4 Brickfields, 50470 Kuala Lumpur. To commemorate the International Day of Persons with Disabilities this year, I am hosting an informal roundtable luncheon to discuss universal design. Panelists will include my friends with various disabilities, including vision impairment, physical disability, and hearing impairment, as well as my architect and lawyer friends. This informal discussion on universal design will be of interest to architects, town planners, civil engineers, quantity surveyors, advocates for accessibility and inclusivity, persons with disabilities, PWD, as well as caregivers and students of architecture and design. For a totally immersive experience, all sighted persons will be blindfolded throughout the event. Lunch will consist of a whole-food, plant-based WFPB menu curated by me. This event is also open to members of the public. Attendance is by donation for able-bodied and sighted persons. Hopefully, your contribution will cover the cost of your lunch, as well as that of a PWD. Seating is limited, and at the moment there are 15 places left. To confirm your attendance, please make your voluntary contribution by scanning the QR code. If you're unable to attend but wish to support this event, feel free to make a small donation, not more than 5% of your monthly income. Any excess funds will go towards ongoing treatments to restore my vision. We will have a fruitful and meaningful discussion that will raise awareness of the need for universal design for PWD. Universal design. For background information on universal design, I have made several videos. Links are in the video description below. AZLAN ADNAN MA, VIP founder, Green Party of Malaysia.
International Day of Persons with Disabilities, Wednesday, 3rd of December 2025. Every year, 3rd of December is officially recognized by the United Nations as the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. It has been observed globally since its proclamation in 1992 under UN General Assembly Resolution 4730. The day promotes understanding of disability issues, supports the dignity, rights, and well-being of persons with disabilities, and raises awareness of the importance of inclusion in all spheres of life: political, social, economic, and cultural.
don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.